Great. I started record the video. So yeah, people are coming, which is good. So as I mentioned, at the end of the day, you're gonna have a chance to exhibit our works. So actually I have two different, basically same material, but two different workshops. One for English for you guys, the other one is Korean version. So I actually encourage you guys to prepare your own data set to visualizing something out of the material that we have been learned. Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily, you guys. I'm not expecting like very professional things, but it's more about like exercise things. So as a sort of final format, there's no sort of mandatory, no guideline or nothing actually. So you guys can make some screen capture or some animation or make some video and just give me the output. Then I'm gonna compile all the material as like one short video. And then we're gonna exhibit this, the outcome. I don't know, but there's some guys, they're gonna install something in the physically, the Tongji University, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah, so I hope that you guys, typing the homework and material that I gave you. So we already passed on 2 days, right, for the Python. The first day is just learn pure Python sort of syntax thing and data structure. And second day is we learn how to sort of visualize simple CSV or JSON or GeoJSON data using Python in Grasshopper. Correct, right? So today I am going to talk about different thing. It's called TypeScript. Don't worry about it. So I actually prepare a material which is basically same same algorithm as Python, but TypeScript syntaxes. So I think the TypeScript is sort of a superset of the JavaScript. So as long as you can as long as you are familiar with the Python or something, which is basic programming language and easier language for people. And then the TypeScript is also very easy, but it has a type as name stands for. So basically TypeScript is a sort of, let's say, independent scripting language. And then it basically compile TypeScript to the JavaScript, which is run on the browser. So the reason I picked the TypeScript is because, as you guys know, web is getting bigger and bigger. It's the most important platform against like the Windows platform or iOS platform and other things. So I guess let me share my screen actually.
Okay.
Recently, many big companies in Silicon Valley, they adopt TypeScript. This is simply because the TypeScript supports type. So to think about, Python is really good. I mean, very easy to learn, but however, it's not like suitable for developing a particular like application for the people or public or from research tools, because as the applications are getting bigger, the type is really important. Type is actually our sort of guideline to prevent from debug or easy to maintain the code, and then we can make some sort of modularized code and really use this code for different purpose. So I am going to talk about TypeScript today, and then little bit about HTML Canvas, which is the inbuilt sort of API from the browser. As long as you have a browser, there's some API called Canvas. So we can create the Canvas API where we draw something. So, I mean, as I said, we are going to, create some sort of very low level graphics like geometry, such as point and line, and which is actually sort of a mathematical object. And then in order to visualize, you can use the Canvas or WebGL or Rhino platform or 3ds Max because they're supported their own graphics library. So we are interested in developing our own some sort of mathematical geometry that can learn in different platforms. Maybe based on the syntax, we can maybe a little bit like refactor the code, But yeah, I think this is a really good point that I want to make before starting. So now today's like a research overview is this one. So I'm gonna show you the video. Actually, there is my YouTube video where you can see all the demo video there. And then we are going to mainly focus on the TypeScript and then some drawing geometry using Canvas API. Yeah, so let me a little bit zoom in here. So this is the several project that I developed several years ago, but this is a little bit different things. It has nothing to do, I mean, it's not strongly connected to the today's workshop, but the reason I'm sure this one is to you guys is because, as I said, if you want to draw something, we basically dealing with something on the spatial information, like a space in a space, right? So meaning that we need to define some numbers to describe any geometry in a spatial environment, such as vector, yeah? 3 numbers, X, Y, and Z. And the other number, and then if you have a multiple vectors, we can simply connect multiple vector to make a line, right? And then also we can close the end point of the line, and then the starting point and the line, we can make like a polygon things. So this is all about like the geometry stuff. So today, yeah, we are a little bit talk about like the geometry things. This is a sort of the dynamic system. So, I mean, the HTML canvas that we are going to learn today has 2 different sort of rendering type. I mean, the graphics tool out there is that they actually support 2 different things. One is just a static renderer. They just render one time. And the other way around is that we can make some dynamic renderers, keep looping based on the parameter or based on the interaction that you then you give, like by slider or some input value or things like that. So in the canvas or in an HTML, so we can also achieve this kind of a dynamic simulation and some the agent-based design systems stuff. So actually, we are going to talk about this topic tomorrow. Yeah. And this is also similar material, but that one is also, because as I said in the lecture video, I'm very interested in data at different scale, in different domain. The landscapes also, we can think about landscape as a geometry data. So if you guys are interested in it, I highly recommend you guys visit my YouTube channel and then enjoy it. If you have any question, please leave a message, and then I'm happy to discuss the passion or discussion. Yeah. So this is the other sort of material. As I said, this is more about like a fabrication. I'm not a like fabrication professional or expertise, but again, in the geometry, there's a lot of data. So there's 2 ways of looking at this data. So one way is to manipulation, right? So we want to design drawing something or like transform the shapes. But the other way around is we wanted to migrate or translate the information in the digital world to the physical world, like fabrication things. So at the time, maybe we need to think about like the material and how we fabricate, how we assemble in the physical world. There's a lot of things that we need to consider. But yeah, I mean, this is all about like a vector, line, mesh, things like that. They're essentially the same to me.